One thing that's come up in another interviews, and you may disagree, but of whether there's a need not only for staff to have support about what it means to be inclusive, but also to students too.
I've got a dyslexic teacher, and he's great. He's fantastic. When he marks work, you can tell that he's dyslexic too. But some of my lecturers maybe not. They don't really understand what it is to be dyslexic. They don't get what it is. And for me, I think that's something that's definitely, a bit of a downfall. If your teacher's marking your work and they sort of really criticise you, which they do, obviously you're at the level where you should be criticised, but they still don't bear in mind that you are a bit dyslexic and you might get your D mixed up with your B, it's just a bit of a slap in the face. So yeah, I think there should be a little bit more, just a little bit where, they take a second just to think, this person's dyslexic.
And when your assessments were marked and given in, how long did it take to get feedback?
I'd say 95% of the time it was back within 21 days. The learning benefits massively degraded when you submit something and then 2 months later it comes back and you sort of have to read the whole essay again to remember what it was you were talking about. Whereas within 21 days, any learning points they pick up for you, so why don't you try this approach, it's so fresh in your mind, you're like that. And on the spot, as you read the feedback, you're still benefiting from it.
So what does the best feedback look like?
I think the best feedback isn't when they write a whole side of A4, it's when they condense it down to 4 or 5 points and just say, refer to page 2, you've done this, you've taken this approach, good, but have you considered this? And it's short, concise and to the point. And it always reflects the mark you've got, I found.
So how could feedback be improved then? What would good feedback look like?
Well, most of the comments that they put on you can't read because the handwriting's so messy, so you just sort of look at the mark and think, okay, yeah, it's fine. But because their handwriting's so messy, you can't really make out comments to improve on, or maybe arrange a meeting and then you can go and talk to a lecturer about your work and then get like face-to-face comments and they can explain it a bit better.
I think actually they're quite good for feedback, especially this year for my essays, because it was sort of electronic submission and you get it back with comments, which was really good. Like one of my markers had actually gone through, like he literally put a comment for every sentence and it wasn't even that strong. There was a lot of sort of, I've actually really liked the way you've done this, and then, or you could have done it, this is good, but you could have improved it this way. So I thought that was really nice. Someone actually took the time to go through each sentence and actually think about it and give you ways to improve, so you know kind of what to keep doing rather than also just what to stop doing. You don't get like what was good about it, what was bad about it, what you could have improved. So yeah, I guess a little bit of that. They're actually maybe even like sort of seeing it, seeing the comments that they made, that could help a little bit to get a clearer idea.